Hi, today is another beautiful day, and we'll be looking into uh, two camera angles and audio sync, and the class will be short and brief. So, in editing, there are cameras. We recorded something to edit. We have a particular video to edit. So, in movie, now you need most of the time movies one cameras are not the major camera they actually use. Most of the time you have two cameras being handled. At times it might be three, at times it might be four. So but the standard camera that we normally have on set is two. And so now with two cameras capturing a particular scene at a particular time together, that means by the time we get to post-production, by the time we want to edit, we need to merge the two cameras together. They are coming from two different sources, and now we need to make them to have a one line of timing, which means that we'll be cutting one camera from this conversation, from this particular artist talking to the another one responding. So let me play a small example for you to understand what I'm actually talking about. I'm having this movie tools in there. You can also watch the full movie on my YouTube channel. The tools is just about an editor who tried to get a better system for himself, but one way or the other was stolen, and the story of getting the system back started. So you can enjoy it. But let's just play this particular scene from this so that we actually understand what we're actually talking about. Yeah.
Yes, okay, let's have a look. Love it, sir. Fire. What's this?
My tools and my laptop.
Is this what you have been using to do my job?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ayo, this is what? It's what? You can't be doing my job with this, Bayo.
Guys, don't look at it that way. This laptop is actually very fine. Working perfectly, sir.
Ayo, you have money. You are using your money for phone instead of it to buy tools. Anyway, let's have a look.
Okay. Yeah. Look at it from this angle.
We can see that this is showing from one angle to another, trying to communicate the scene. What is they're actually doing, we are communicating it to the viewer. Viewers are actually following the story. So, and this is very, very important in whatever you are editing. So, whatever you are editing, you need to put in mind that there is what we call two camera angles. And the process of bringing into two videos together to have one audio underneath is what we call syncing. You need to sync your raw audio to the treated audio. So one camera will record audio, the other one will record the other audio. So we need to bring the two together and let them be on the same playing sync. They need to be on the same sound, on the same rhythm, so that it will not be echoing, so that the mouth will not be moving in one direction and the audio is saying another thing. So this process is what we call audio syncing. We sync the audio so that while they are saying, when the camera of A is saying something, the audio of B will be saying the same thing, so that we have a professional look of production. So let's quickly do a cut on that. Let's do an example. That is videos here that I've put together for us to have a better understanding about that. And let's go to bring in that footage that we need. You can double click this space, bring in the footage. You also have these footages, these two camera. We have camera 1 and camera 2. So don't waste your time in anything. Just drop this this footage into this space here. It's a sequence tab here. I mean, drag and drop it there so that you have the same setting that you have as a video as a time sequence. You see, if you notice in this video, you see there is a camera here. There's a camera here capturing this particular side of this woman. At the same time, this one is actually recording as well.
Few here, more than a few.
Yeah. So let's bring the second camera and drop it on top it. So this is a process of bringing it together. The fastest way, you see, this is the other camera angle, is here. It's actually focusing mainly on those things the woman is doing. The other one is focusing on, let me disable this, blinding it here. The other one is focusing on the full kitchen. The other camera is focusing on the on her hand to show what exactly she is actually doing. So how can we merge these things together to form a good story? Before we start cutting video at all, you must be able to sync the audio. Let's play this.
Fabric
more than a
with
few,
some gold
but I'm just going
settings.
to quickly
This
show you
time
how
around,
we
we're going to
achieve
use
this.
You know that
that we
so
have
that
made
he's talking
ourselves.
in
you
one,
A
saying
few,
go
something
ahead
different
and
in
make
another
your
one.
own.
more than
So
a
here I
few.
have some
But I'm just going to
50-50
quickly show
again.
you
When I
how
say
we achieve
50-50,
this.
How
I
can we
mean
do this? Is what we're going to do now. Firstly, this number one video, let me drag this video back. This one starts talking from here.
So now we're going to
It says so
decorate.
now. It started from so now.
So now we're going to.
So an idea is pick a particular word that you can easily use to track the other video.
So now we're going to decorate.
It might be in the front or it might be in the middle. Let me start. So the major thing is that you see the wave. I normally use the wave sign to help me locate or to do the. But the first thing is locate
more than a few. But I'm
okay, let's say more than a few. I've picked that word.
More than a few.
More than a few. I'm starting from more than a few. I'm saying
more than a few.
So it's doing more than a few. So I want to go and look for more than a few in this other video as well. I want to look for the second video. I bring it forward. I want to look for more than a few in this video where she says more than a few.
Decorate our corded fabric with some gold sequins. This time around, I'm going to use sequins that we have made ourselves. I have a few here, more than a few.
That's it. That's where I'm coming in. I've established that point, more than a few. Start from here. So as you have actually getting those words, more than a few, that's where we are starting that simple. So zoom in closely and use the wave. The way this thing is sounding is what we call wave. This is the wave sign here. Try as I expand this line. You can do that by using this. So just as simple as moving this thing to align, you can see that this wave and this one actually look alike. If you look closely, they look alike here. So let me move this one close. You get it? so it's not yet there. So if I play it the way it was before, it
But I'm
will
just going to quickly show you
you can hear the
how.
echo. But by the time you move this sign, wave sign, this is the best way to actually sync video. Just move it and let them have the same flow. You can use your keyframe word to just the best. This is close enough. So if we play it now, you realize that
More than a few.
there,
But I'm
there's
just
no
going to
echo
quickly show
anymore.
you how we achieve this so that you can go ahead and make your.
You see now, there's no more
So
echo.
here I have some 50.
But if you any mistake you make to actually move it away from there, echo will.
More than a few.
But I'm just going to quickly show you how we achieve.
Let me undo. I'm taking it back.
So that you
It
can
will sound
go ahead and make your
because
own.
they are on
So
the
here I
same
have some
line,
50-50
on the
again. When I say
same
50-50, I mean 50.
So this is when you can now start cutting. Until you sync your audio, you can't start cutting a 2-camera angle. As soon as you sync your audio, then cutting starts. But if you mistakenly start cutting before you sync, you have problem in your editing. Your audio or your video will not be saying what the mouth will not be moving to the rate of what you are playing out, the audio is playing out. So take note of that. This is simple, you just need to practice it. It's not a big deal. Just practice and try and use your wave to actually get the right sound. The first thing is pick a point. Now I can open this one now since I open it in a particular point. Pick a point, then use that point to sync, to balance your wave sign together. As soon as you do that, you have your smooth audio playing, and then you can now start cutting. Let's do small cuts now. Now the style for cutting is also simple. This one is going at the top here. We have 2 videos. So which one is our master? You need to identify the one that is master video. That you need to identify which one is our master video. And note, your master video might not be your master audio. So don't let us go too much into that. Our master video is what we want to actually look into now. Which one is our master video? Is it the one at the top? This one cannot be the master video because it's our cutaway. It's a video that actually takes the activity the woman is doing. But the other one that actually takes his face and take the stab of everything in the background, that should be our master. Is the one that takes full scene of what is actually happened. So firstly, let's first of all disable this one at the top. Right click on the video, click on enable, so it will go off for now. You get. So another thing we need to consider is that which of the video do we want to use as our master audio, because now we need to cut, we need to remove, unlink this video from the audio, so that by the time we are cutting, we are not cutting the audio with it. By the time we are cutting out all these things, we are not cutting out the audio with it. So now we need to unlink the video and the audio of this other one, of this other stuff. So let's do that and have one particular audio at work. So this one now we can delete it easily.
I'm just going to quickly show you.
This is our master audio now. So this one sounds better than this other one. Let's play this other one so you see. Sounds better.
This so so
You can
that
see that there
you
is
can
noise
go ahead and make
on
your
this
own.
particular
So here I have
audio.
some.
So I don't need to do that. So this is the audio with master clip, master video
50-50. Again, when I say 50-50,
sounds better.
I mean,
So we can, let's delete this one. We've unlinked it. I've removed it away from the video. They come together with this video at the top here. So I've unlinked it. That is, I right click on the two of them together, and I said unlink. That was how I was able to delete this other audio from the video here. Please take notes. Take note of that, please. Take note of that, please. Take note of that. I right click on the video and I click on link, and if I want to do that to this again, right click on link. Now the two video, the audio and the video are on separate way. So but I don't want that for this particular one. Now let me do. So I'm just telling you how I'm able to remove the audio of this other video from it. That's what I'm trying to explain with you for you. So let me increase this audio a little bit. You can increase it, but I don't actually need that for now. So how do you cut a video that has two a project that has two videos?
so now we're going
Just look at it. Just look at me.
So now we're going to decorate our corded fabric with some gold sequins.
So now you need to just follow. There is no particular format. There is no particular way. You just need to follow the flow. How was the woman talking about at that particular time? Then we need to see it. What's she referring to? We need to see it. So when you start him saying some things, by the time he's mentioning that particular thing, you need to cut to that stuff that she's talking about. So at which point do you think we should go into back to the other camera?
So now we're going to decorate our corded.
So she's saying corded something. So what is that corded? Then we need to cut.
Decorate our corded.
So let me go in. Then I take my blade razor tool. I cut the one at the top, the one that is disabled. Now you cut it, not the master. Take note, not the master. You are not cutting the master. So at the time you cut it, I've cut it now. You can see the sign of mine. So right click. Is it that you go back to this and pick this, or you right click with the razor tool, right click and enable it back. Right click and enable it back. So play. So automatically, as soon as it gets to that point, it cuts to
fabric.
You can see now.
So now we're going to decorate our corded fabric with some gold sequins.
You've established that what she was actually saying. Then you can go back to the master. So it's as simple as cut that particular part again and disable the next video, because if cuts it, this one is so right click on it, then disable rather. So when you play
with some gold sequins, this
move
time
to the
around I'm going to
one.
use sequins that we have made ourselves. I have a few here, more than.
So when he's talking about a few here,
this time around I'm going to use sequins that we have made ourselves. I have.
Then you need to cut to what she's saying she has. So cut razor, because we want to enable the next one. If cut it there, take notes, I've cut it now. Right click on the next clip and enable it. So it's
made ourselves. I have a few here, more than a few, but I'm just going to quickly show you how.
The camera is shaking and all those stuff. Then I need to quickly go out from there. Click, right click and disable again.
Than a few, but I'm just going to quickly show you how we are.
So this cameraman is actually showing here. You need to also take control of your screen. This cameraman is showing here, and it shouldn't be. So how can I take him off the screen so that I won't be seeing this camera here showing? what you need to do is just pick your selecting to scale. You can easily scale up, scale it up, scale up so that it goes away from it. And then make the woman a little bit, bring him up a little bit. You can scale her up so that you can see. That's just it, so that the camera guy will not be coming to the scene all the time. So this is just the way.
More than a few, but I'm just going to quickly show you how we achieved this.
So let's go back to your blade, to your razor, cut. Let's go back to what she's actually saying here. Cut, enable
this so that you can.
The cameraman is not actually getting to picking our shots that's supposed to pick here. Then we don't need to come back to this place for now. So let's look at where we can at this point
go ahead and make your own.
At this point, then we can this is where it's supposed to come in. At this point where we come in,
so that
the cameraman is not on the shots here, but let's wait till when he gets to that shot. When he moves to that shot that she's doing. At this point, then I can cut and disable this particular part. I don't need this part that she was not doing anything there at that particular, so that we'll still have the master at that point. So when you are playing,
can go ahead and make your own. So here I have some 50-50. Again, when I say 50-50, I mean 50% fondant and 50% flour paste. We've rolled it out very thinly.
Very thinly. So I want us to go back to the master, cut and enable.
Thinly, and then I just paint over it like that.
She's painting now. I need to go to the painting that she's doing. Cut and enable.
Like that. I'm using gold. This is bright gold. It is non-toxic.
So it now depends on you, how you actually feel, how you think you should be communicating to people to actually follow your story. So very, very important how you want people to communicate. So it's not, there is no guideline to this. It's for you to understand how to cut. So the camera is shaking now. You see, camera is shaking from here. Then what, as an editor, you need to know that that place you are not supposed to be showing shaking camera. You need to go out from there. So you see that I've start earlier here, the camera movement earlier here, or immediately I see that the camera is shaking, then I go out. I cut and disable that particular part. I go out to the master.
Straight up. Just one side, you could decide to do.
So, but I can now go back and see and check if the stuff is stable. Like this one is stable here. I want to come in here. I want to see the way she turns it here. I will click here, disable all these parts that has been coming that was shaking. Then
once you could do the other side as well.
You see? Then go back to master. This is just the way the stuff will be easily handled. So you can see that here I have this place enabled. Here this place is disabled, but the master is there. So what you have deal with is the one at the top. You just be cutting it and be filling it, cut it and fill it on it, and you are moving. So you now we're
going to decorate our corded fabric with some gold sequins. This time around, I'm going to use sequins that we have made ourselves. I have a few here, more than a few, but I'm just going to quickly show you how we achieved this so that you can go ahead and make your own. So here I have some 50-50. Again, when I say 50-50, I mean 50% fondant and 50% flour paste. We've rolled it out very thinly, and then I just paint over it like that. I'm using gold. This is bright gold. It is non-toxic gold.
That's it. So I want to go all over the stock again. So please look at it, uh, have fun with it, and quickly cut this particular one and send the video. uh, you can record it, just a few part of it. Let's record it for me, and let's see before we now start some other effects that you might want to add to it on this. So thank you. Bye.